While monsters may lurk under the bed in Sleep Tight, they also hide in plain sight. We follow the unsettling tale of César, a concierge in an upscale apartment building who harbors a sinister secret. Beneath his seemingly ordinary facade lies a disturbing obsession with inflicting misery upon others. From the mastermind behind Rec, Sleep Tight takes us on a disturbing journey into the twisted mind of a man who is incapable of happiness, where every smile masks a hidden agenda. Sleep Tight is a sick and twisted psychological thriller with an ending that haunts your thoughts for days. It's a film that demands a single, unforgettable viewing experience. The story is about a young man who moves to a new house with his family, but things aren't what they seem. One night, his older brother is taken and disappears for 19 days. When he finally returns home, he has no memory of what happened during his absence. Our protagonist begins to notice that something is not right with his older brother and wants to uncover the truth behind his disappearance. Forgotten is a thrilling psychological movie that messes with your head and keeps you guessing until the very end. It's got a great story that delivers suspense, thrills, and a lot of twists to keep you on the edge of your seat.
I am the last guy in the world that you want to fuck with.
Thief follows the story of Frank, a skilled safecracker played by James Caan, who's determined to break free from the criminal underworld and build a better life for himself. But as we all know, breaking free isn't as easy as it seems. This Michael Mann's directorial debut pulls you into the dangerous underworld of Chicago, from the moody, neon-lit streets of Chicago to thrilling heist scenes. Mann's direction is both stylish and immersive, drawing you into Frank's world with every frame. James Caan delivers a powerful performance as Frank, portraying a charismatic and tough guy character stuck between his criminal past and his desire for redemption. Michael Mann's attention to detail and commitment to realism elevates the film's heist sequences to a whole new level of intensity. Thief is an old-school crime thriller that's as stylish as it is suspenseful, an underrated classic from the 80s that continues to captivate audiences with its gritty realism and compelling storytelling. The film follows the story of two detectives, Juan and Pedro, who are sent from Madrid to investigate the disappearance of two teenage sisters in a remote town. In this Spanish true detective, Juan is a seasoned veteran, haunted by his past and cynical about the world, while Pedro is young and idealistic, eager to prove himself in the field. Their dynamic and evolving relationship forms the emotional core of the film, as they navigate the complexities of the case and confront their demons along the way. Marshland is a slow-burn thriller that gradually builds tension as the investigation unfolds. The film's atmospheric style, beautiful cinematography, and intriguing plot twists keep the suspense alive throughout the film. The film centers around two lifelong friends who set off on a hunting trip in the Scottish Highlands, but their trip takes a dark turn after a tragic accident happens. The following events force the protagonists into a downward spiral of lies, guilt, and desperation as they struggle to conceal their actions and evade the consequences. From the misty forest to the desolate moors, The film expertly captures the bleak beauty of the highlands, serving as a fitting background to the character's descent into darkness. Calibre is a dark and gritty British thriller with an outstanding performance from Lowden and McCann, leaving viewers to ponder the lasting impact of every choice, long after the screen fades to black.
Sandali.
Metro Manila, directed by Sean Ellis, follows the story of Oscar and his family as they migrate from a rural province to the urban jungle in search of a better life. But as they soon discover, the city can be just as unforgiving as the life they left behind. The film is a gripping tale of survival and sacrifice and pulls no punches in its depiction of poverty, desperation, and the lengths people will go to in order to secure a better future for themselves and their loved ones. Metro Manila is a raw and well-written thriller, a cinematic experience that takes audiences into the heart of its urban labyrinth, where every shadow holds a secret and every alleyway echoes with the whispers of desperation and survival. Cure, directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, follows the story of a detective who is investigating a series of strange murders. In each case, an X is carved into the victim's neck, and the murderer is always found near the victim, but has no memory of the crime. This Japanese 7 is a haunting meditation on the nature of evil and the fragility of the human psyche. Kurosawa masterfully builds tension through a series of hypnotic visuals and understated dialogue. Every frame of this film gives you a sense of unease, from the dark and hauntingly atmospheric cinematography to the eerie background score or the lack of it that sends chills down your spine. Cure is a slow-burning psychological thriller that raises thought-provoking questions about the darkness that lurks within us all. With the mesmerizing story and unique visuals, this is one movie you don't want to miss.
Pardon?
The Vanishing, directed by Sluizer, tells the story of a young couple, Rex and Saskia, who are on a holiday road trip in France. Their holiday takes a terrifying turn when Saskia goes missing at a remote gas station, leaving Rex desperate to uncover the truth about her disappearance. As Rex's obsession consumes him, we're drawn into a world of uncertainty and fear as the search for answers becomes more desperate. The film explores obsession and the devastating psychological effects of loss, as well as the desperate need for closure. One of the highlights of the film is Raymond, our antagonist. Raymond's cold and calculated demeanor is truly bone-chilling, and what makes him a terrifying and unforgettable villain is that he looks as normal as anyone. The Vanishing is a disturbing film, with its gripping and suspenseful storyline. By the end, we find ourselves sharing Rex's obsession about Saskia's fate, a testament to the film's ability to immerse viewers in its chilling narrative. The Chaser follows the story of a former detective-turned-pimp who finds himself in a race against time to rescue one of his missing girls before it's too late. But what starts as a desperate search soon spirals into a chilling game of cat and mouse with a sadistic serial killer. While the storyline may appear straightforward, its unpredictability keeps the audience hooked until the end. There is no clear hero in this film, as the characters' choices and actions dictate the fate of a missing girl. The Chaser delivers on its title, offering gripping chase sequences that heighten the film's relentless pace and heart-stopping suspense. With its grounded approach to action, the film keeps audiences glued to the screen, captivated by the raw intensity of each pursuit and confrontation. From the director of The Wailing, The Chaser is a dark and violent movie with stylish direction, featuring a morally complex and captivating storyline that doesn't follow typical heroics. Wait Until Dark, directed by Terrence Young, tells the story of a blind woman portrayed by the talented Audrey Hepburn, who gets caught up in a deadly game of deception and survival. When a group of criminals targets Susie in pursuit of a mysterious doll, she must rely on her wits and resourcefulness to outsmart them. The film's confined setting, primarily taking place in Susie's apartment, amplifies the sense of claustrophobia and paranoia, and every creak of the floorboards and flicker of the lights adds to the palpable suspense, trapping both the characters and the audience in a web of intrigue. Audrey Hepburn brilliantly portrays a blind woman who is forced to confront her fears and fight for survival as she navigates a world of darkness, both literal and metaphorical. Alan Arkin delivers a terrifying performance as the antagonist. His portrayal is cold and calculating, instilling fear and unease with every subtle gesture and icy stare. Wait Until Dark is a classic thriller, elevated by top-notch performances from Hepburn and Arkin, with a Hitchcockian storyline that will leave you on the edge of your seat until the final moment. Thank you for watching, and for more underrated movies, be sure to subscribe to Underrated Cinema.